Hello guys, it's your boy KP. Welcome to my channel and welcome back to another video. And today I'm just going to be covering all things Arsenal. A lot of transfer news coming along as we're nearing the end of the Euros, and I'm here to cover it. The likes of Nketiah, Lokonga, Tavares, Rowe, and a lot more. If you're new or you're returning or you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button down below, and let's get to this video. So I'll start off with Sambi. As you can see on your screen, Fabrizio Romano confirmed today that Sambi's going to have medical as a Sevilla player. It's a £12 million obligation loan with an obligation to buy, or option to buy, I should say. And I think it's a £3 million loan fee. And Arsenal also have inserted a 25% sell-on clause in there. So yeah, decent business. Obviously, Sambi played at Luton last season, where I think it was quite good, but he did suffer a couple of injuries during his time there. I always have liked this player, but I think he just has never been able to stamp his foot at Arsenal. I think I was watching something, I think on Charles Watt, he said he didn't show enough personality. I think he has all the technical quality, but as you saw in that All or Nothing documentary, and as well like in some certain games, I feel like he just didn't have enough. And I feel like as Arsenal kind of transitioned to this league title challenging team, we probably moved past Lokonga's ability in terms of he hadn't made a mark at Arsenal, so it would have been hard for him to come back in. So getting in and around £10 million, obviously after the option, but €3 million in now, which is probably about 2.5, and a 25% sell-on clause. I think he would do well in the Liga. I think would be very, very good. Fabrizio's also said that Tavares is nearing a deal with it's coming out of many outlets with Lazio. It's going to be a loan with an obligation to buy, different to Lokonga's. I think this one is a €9 million fee, which is probably about in around 7.5-8 million pounds. There will also be a sell-on clause, but that hasn't been disclosed yet. Nuno Tavares, similar to Lokonga, who was on loan at Nottingham Forest last season. I think especially when Nuno came in as the coach, he was quite well, but obviously he suffered an injury again. It's kind of sad because I think Marseille were trying to sign Nuno in January, and I think they were offering quite a lot of money. But Nottingham Forest insisted that they wanted to keep him, or they didn't want to cancel his loan and let us sell him. So it's kind of sad. But with the sell-on clause, we kind of broke even. I think we signed Nuno for £7 million a couple of years ago. So selling him for a bit more than that with a sell-on clause, and obviously with a loan, there's always going to be a loan fee when that gets disclosed. So it's decent business. Obviously, Arsenal have already started. It's funny because now that we're into the finals of the Euros, all the transfer news, not just Arsenal, all teams coming out now. So it's like, it's heating up. I'm excited. Like content creators, I need to make this content. I need all of it. It's also been rumored that Rowe, Fulham are really trying to sign Rowe. They've made him one of their priority targets. Obviously, they just got that money in from Bayern from the João Palhinha deal. So hopefully Arsenal hold out for a lot of money, because these next few players that we want to sell, I hope that Arsenal are able to get the value for these players. It will be sad to let Rowe go. I've always said, you can see in my videos, I don't really want him to go, but I'm not the player in it. He's can't just sit on the bench, get promised minutes, but not get these minutes or a consistent start. Like, he's at that age where you need to be playing football. You're looking at all the young players around Europe and the world, younger than him, getting first team games and displaying their talents. Even if you have to go a level below that what you're at now, but you get a lot of games, you probably get a big move later. It's sad. I just hope that Arsenal hold out a move. Fulham said they're really interested. They said apparently there was a bid turned down. I never saw any reports about a bid and how much that is, but we'll see if they come in for him. If they do, and if they don't, because it's still rumored that Rowe wants to stay at Arsenal and fight his place, because I can tell that guy's Arsenal through and through. And there's probably more of a pathway than him than any of these other players that obviously I mentioned in this video. But at the same time, his life progressing on. The World Cup in 2 years. Rowe was getting in and around the England team before obviously he was ravaged with injury. So we'll see how that develops. Also, Nketiah is on the radar for Marseille. It was reported by, I'm not too sure the source, that it says caught offside, that Marseille offered it around 25 to 30 million euros deal. Obviously, Arsenal rejected that straight away because we want closer or in and around 35 to 40 million euros with a sell-on clause. Marseille said they're confident to get it done because of De Zerbi and not the player, but there's other teams that are also interested in Eddie, the likes of obviously your Crystal Palaces, your Evertons, your West Hams, Wolves, Brentford as well. So they're all possibly losing their strikers or wants to refresh their striker market. So there being a market for Eddie, and seeing the transfers that have been going on. Obviously, yeah, there's a lot of bookie stuff going on with obviously your Chelsea's, Aston Villa's, Newcastle's. I'm not going to speak into that, but even Johan Duran from from Villa. I don't know who he got. I can't remember who signed him, but he was at least 30 million. I've already seen that guy play like 4 games. Eddie's got how much Premier League goals? He's got a Premier League hat-trick. He's played in a higher level team. Arsenal, he's an England international. He had played for England. Great age, 24, 25. Arsenal need to be holding up for at least minimum 40 million to 45 in my opinion. And especially with the fact that there's a lot of teams interested, we can drive and hold out for the best price, or at least the team that's going to be the best, because you know how it gets towards the end of the window, especially after the Euros where everyone can negotiate fully. Pre-season starting soon because the season starts in almost a month now. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I hope for Eddie, it will be a good move for him to go to any of these teams. Marseille will be interesting because he'll be out of his comfort zone. They're a big club, massive fan base. I think they should be playing the Champions League this year. And I feel like the French league kind of translates well for strikers. So you see how Fulham Balogun's gone there, different type of strikers that have made a trade there, and obviously then make a move. So it will be interesting to see how that develops, what team really puts it all and says that they want Eddie, but let's see what happens. Moving on now, a Fabrizio Romano exclusive. Arsenal submit a first proposal to Ajax for 18-year-old English goalkeeper Tommy Setford. He's an under 20 goalkeeper, so clearly he'll be coming into Arsenal's probably under 21 ranks with the view to maybe, you know, have him develop to being within the first team. Interesting to see an English keeper playing for Ajax. You know how Ajax philosophy has always been ball playing, from Edwin van der Sar to Andre Onana, just to name a few. So it'll be interesting to see us getting a player like this for our system that will fit in. And as he ages, because he's 18, maybe by 3-4 years time, will he be ready? Probably at that time, Ramsdale might have left. Raya might be at the end of his, not end of his tenure, but a bit older, and maybe can have that young keeper that's pushing the set. So we'll see how that develops. Just speaking on Calafiori, Sky Sport, which is the Italian Sky Sports, said there's just Arsenal offered 40 million euros out of 10 million pound in add-ons and didn't want a sell-on clause. Obviously, Bologna are asking for 50 million in total, but obviously, you know, you can always stipulate it with add-ons and a sell-on clause as well, which I think Arsenal probably add because it's just part of the negotiations. Obviously, I think what's delaying this deal is just the fact that there is a 50% sell-on clause to Basel, the team that Calafiori was playing for the season before last, and Bologna don't want to get a value for the player. Obviously, he's only had one great season. They only bought him for about 4 million euros, so it's not like they're not making a profit, but they know the player that they have on their hands and who he will develop into. So you want your deal and the sell-on clauses to reflect that. And it's not going to be a straightforward deal. Obviously, he's on holiday, and with these stipulations, it makes it a bit harder. I'm pretty sure there wasn't no sell-on clause to Basel. It would kind of be a straightforward deal for us to get done. But I think that will develop soon enough. I do like that we're looking at other targets as well and other deals. Speaking on, I think it was from this exclusive ITK West Ham play that West Ham are really interested in Reece Nelson. I think for all our London, England boys, it would be nice if they do leave to stay in London, so they don't have to necessarily move their families and, you know, settle into a different place. It will be comfortable and go into that level where they know they're going to probably play first team week in, week out. I think it would be great. Haven't seen too much development in that, but we will keep you guys updated on the Cape Has Pause channel. So not necessarily a deal that's like been rumoured in terms of Arsenal have, you know, started negotiations or anything, but Arsenal are looking at Mikel Merino, the Spanish international. He starts on the bench for Spain, but he does come on quite regularly as one of their first subs in the centre mid. He plays for Real Sociedad. He only has 1 year left on his deal. He's 28, left-footed. Is one of those players that doesn't have a main specialty, but he does all the basics to the T. He looks quite like a Granit Xhaka type regen, but with probably a bit more athleticism. He has quite serious aerial dueling winnability, and he has a very nice passing empathy I've seen. I think because he only has a 1 year left, I think he has a release clause. It's coming out, some news coming out of Spain. I don't know necessarily the source. I'll put it up on the screen anyways, that Sociedad have lost all hope of keeping him this summer. He has a release clause of about 50 million euros, but because he has a 1 year left, they may negotiate down, knowing that teams are not just going to pay that release clause. So Arsenal could get him for in and around 30 million euros, 25 million pounds, which would be a very, very good deal and wouldn't necessarily stop us from getting a main target. It's good to stack up on players, especially knowing that the likes of Partey can't stay fit. Jorginho's getting to the older part, and next season we're going to have to get rid of probably those two. So it would be nice to have a player that's in their prime. We have a lot of players that are young, 24, 25, Odegaard, Rice, 30, 31, 32. Partey and Jorginho, so it'd be nice to have a player that's in their prime, experience, coming off maybe a Euros win. It would be nice to add him to the ranks. Or a player like Fabian Ruiz. Obviously, it'll probably be a bit harder deal to get. He plays for PSG. He's had a good Euro, so would he be back in favour now? But with them, I see recently the PSG tried to bid for João Neves. So does that mean that he's on a chopping block? we have to wait and see. So a lot of transfer news hotting up. I'm pretty sure after the Euros final on Sunday, hopefully England win. And hopefully Saka gets a goal. Rice has a clean performance, but hopefully it's a good game either way. It will be a difficult game for England to play, but within that, I hope they're able to show some personality coming off that last final that they lost in against Italy, where they were winning and then went into their show. If they're able to get, whether they're losing, concede first, or they're winning, take the game out, and it'll be nice for this country. But yeah, I just want my Arsenal boys to get some trophies on. Obviously, Ryan on the other side, but he's not really playing, so we'll see. I'm English, so I want to support my team. But yeah, with all the transfer news coming out, I'll be updating you. And yeah, it's been your boy KP. I'll catch you guys on the next video. We will speak soon.